All right, I want to do a real quick video on our different sizes of roller sleeves. Now, there's several different sizes, but as you're learning this, you need to be able to look at it, even if it doesn't have packaging on it, and know, in essence, what size it is. So at the Paint and Rink, we pre-order, and we'll have on vehicles. Right now, it's in the stock room, but we'll pre-order different roller sleeve covers. Our three main ones. Our first one and our smallest one is 3/8. Now you'll notice that our 3/8 and our 1/2 inch, when we order them by the hundreds, and they don't come with a Purdy Marathon sleeve like this does, all fancy. They come blank like this. We manually write the size on there for you, but we do that because we get a really big discount on them, because they don't have to put the printed stuff on it. But be sure that these are Purdy Marathon rollers. They're just Purdy Marathons without the branding on it. So this is a 3/8 inch sleeve. You'll notice that when we write it on there and we place it in the box, it'll say 3/8. You'll notice what a 3/8 inch is by the size of the nap. That's what it's talking about when it says that it's 3/8. It's how thick the particular nap is on the roller sleeve. These ones you're really gonna wanna use for smooth walls, smooth surfaces, and anything that has maybe a slight texture in it. That's where a 3/8 really comes in. But if you have an ultra smooth wall, you're gonna wanna use 3/8 inch rollers to make sure that it stays ultra smooth. The bigger rollers that you have, the thicker the nap is, the more stippling that you'll see in the particular product. And these walls, you probably can't see it in the video, but I could tell somebody used a 1/2 inch on these super smooth walls. There was no reason to do that. You can make a wall continue to look fantastically smooth by using a thinner bodied roller nap. So this is a 3/8. Once again, smooth walls, flat finish walls and surfaces, and very light textured walls. Your next one, and probably the most popular one that we use around here, is our 1/2 inch. This one says 1/2 inch, 1/2, right? Once again, a Purdy Marathon. You'll notice the difference in this one has much more nap to it than your 3/8 does. You'll see that it's a thicker. I'm hoping you can see that in the video, but we can tell this one's a lot thinner than this one. Your 3/8, your 1/2 inch nap are going to be used textured surfaces, so like sand finish, where they do that half swirl, or knockdown texture. You don't really want to use these on smooth walls. It's not what they're made for. You put too much stippling on the wall, it doesn't look as good for the final appearance. So this is for any type of medium textured surface. So sand finish, knockdown, old plaster, that kind of stuff. 1/2 inch, and once again, 1/2 inch is, for the majority of it, is what we use. We use more 1/2 inch than we do anything else. Then you have your 3/4. Your 3/4 inchers, we keep these on stock, even though we probably only use 20, maybe 30 of them in an entire year's period through all the crews. 3/4 inch is very heavy when it comes to the sizes. So I'll see if I put these in order. That's 1/2 inch, that's 3/8, 1/2 inch, and then 3/4. And you can really tell in that how these things really get thicker as they go on. So your 3/4 inch here are really going to be used for that really heavy, like plastered ceiling. That's the only thing that I can think of on the inside of a house that you would use 3/4 inch rollers for, when it gets really, really deep in that heavy swirl finish on like a dining room ceiling that you see. That's where you want to use a 3/4. The thickness of the nap helps get into the grooves. Obviously a thicker or a thinner nap, because there's no grooves to get into. A medium-sized nap for areas that have medium-sized grooves, and then a thick nap for areas that have thick, deep grooves. Then there are steps up above it that you'll be using in the company as time comes along. But exterior stuff mainly, there's inch, there's 1.5 inch, there's 2-inch rollers. They're much thicker than this. And those are really for exterior brick and cinder block and any type of masonry that we really need to get into some heavy grooves inside of. That's what you would want to use that for. As far as exterior goes, you'd want to be using like a 1/2 inch if you're spraying and back rolling stucco or something like that. But you want to use these, and these same exact sizes will come in the mini roller sizes. These same exact naps will come in the mini roller sizes. So if you're using a 3/8" nap on a smooth wall, you don't want to use a 1/2" nap on a mini roller to get behind a toilet. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure whatever you're using with the nap size, you're using the same with the mini roller sizes. But those are our basic ones: 3/8, 1/2", 3/4, and you should just be able to look at them from a distance, even if they don't have the sleeve identifying them, and you should be able to look at that versus the 1/2" and say, yep, I know which one's 3/8 and I know which one's 1/2", and that way you know exactly what size to use on the surface that you're going to be painting.